Imagine coming home after a long day to the warm, inviting aroma of tender beef, richly seasoned and slow-cooked to perfection. It's a scent that promises comfort, satisfaction, and a meal that feels like a celebration. Today, we're taking a delicious journey into the world of slow-cooker shredded beef flautas, a dish that combines the deep, savory flavors of braised beef with the irresistible crunch of crisp tortillas. Let's explore how this classic Mexican-inspired favorite comes together. From the careful selection of simple ingredients to the final golden brown roll that's ready to dip into your favorite salsa or guacamole. At the heart of every great flauta is the filling, and for this recipe, we're using a cut of beef that transforms into melt-in-your-mouth perfection with time and patience. Chuck roast is the classic choice. It's marbled with just the right amount of fat to keep the meat moist and flavorful throughout hours of slow cooking. Begin by selecting a roast weighing around 2 to 3 pounds. This will yield enough shredded beef for a generous batch, perfect for feeding a hungry family or a gathering of friends. Before the beef enters the slow cooker, it's worth taking a few moments to build flavor from the very beginning. Sprinkle the roast generously with salt, freshly ground black pepper, cumin, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder. These seasonings will not only enhance the natural richness of the beef, but also infuse the meat with the earthy, aromatic undertones that define great flautas. For an extra punch, add a teaspoon of chili powder or chipotle powder if you like a bit of heat. Next, sear the seasoned beef. Heat a tablespoon of oil in a large skillet over medium-high heat and brown the roast on all sides. This step is optional, but it adds a depth of flavor that sets apart truly memorable shredded beef. The sizzling sound and the caramelized crust that develops are signals that you're coaxing out the best from your ingredients. After searing, transfer the beef to the slow cooker. Add a diced onion, a few cloves of minced garlic, and a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. These additions will provide moisture, acidity, and a subtle kick, all of which help to tenderize the meat and balance its richness. If you want even more complexity, a splash of beef broth, a dash of Worcestershire sauce, or a squeeze of fresh lime juice can round out the flavors beautifully. Set the slow cooker to low and let it work its magic for 8 to 10 hours. This long, gentle cooking process allows the connective tissues in the beef to break down, resulting in meat that's so tender it practically shreds itself. About halfway through, give the roast a turn to ensure it's evenly coated in the simmering juices. As the hours pass and the aroma fills your kitchen, anticipation builds. When the cooking time is up, remove the beef from the slow cooker and place it on a large cutting board. Using 2 forks, shred the meat into bite-sized pieces, discarding any excess fat. Spoon some of the flavorful cooking liquid over the shredded beef to keep it moist and juicy. At this point, you can taste the filling and adjust the seasoning, adding more salt, pepper, or spices as desired. Now comes the fun part, assembling the flautas. Traditional flautas are made with corn tortillas, which offer a satisfying crunch and a subtle, earthy flavor. However, you can use flour tortillas if you prefer a softer, more pliable bite. To make rolling easier and prevent the tortillas from cracking, warm them briefly, either wrapped in a damp towel in the microwave or directly on a hot skillet. Lay out a tortilla and spoon a generous line of shredded beef down the center. The key is to use enough filling to make the flautas hearty, but not so much that they're difficult to roll. If you like, add a sprinkle of shredded cheese, Monterey Jack, cheddar, or a Mexican blend all work beautifully. Roll the tortilla tightly around the filling, securing it with a toothpick if necessary. Repeat this process with the remaining tortillas and beef until you have a tray of flautas ready to cook. There are a couple of ways to achieve that signature crispy exterior. For a traditional touch, heat a layer of vegetable oil in a large skillet over medium-high heat. Fry the flautas in batches, turning them carefully until they're golden brown and crisp on all sides. Drain them on paper towels to remove any excess oil. If you prefer a lighter version, arrange the flautas on a baking sheet. Brush them lightly with oil and bake in a hot oven until they're crispy. An air fryer is another excellent option, delivering crunch with minimal oil. As the flautas emerge from the skillet or oven, the transformation is complete. The tortillas have crisped up, encasing the tender, flavorful beef in a shell that shatters with every bite. The cheese, if used, melts into the meat, binding the filling together with gooey richness. Serve the flautas hot, accompanied by your favorite sides and garnishes. Fresh guacamole, cool sour cream, vibrant pico de gallo, and spicy salsa all make perfect partners, adding freshness and contrast to the savory beef. A sprinkle of chopped cilantro and a squeeze of lime juice brighten up every bite, while thinly sliced radishes or pickled jalapenos provide crunch and heat. One of the joys of slow cooker shredded beef flautas is their versatility. They're perfect for casual weeknight dinners, easy to prepare ahead of time, and ideal for parties or potlucks where finger food is a must. You can even freeze the assembled, uncooked flautas for a later date. Just pop them directly from the freezer into the oven or air fryer when you're ready to enjoy. Beyond their practicality, flautas are a celebration of texture and flavor. The slow-cooked beef, deeply seasoned and meltingly tender, contrasts beautifully with the crisp tortilla. Each bite offers a symphony of sensations: crunch, juiciness, warmth, and a hint of spice. The toppings add layers of freshness, creaminess, and tang, ensuring that every mouthful is interesting and satisfying. But perhaps the most rewarding aspect of making slow cooker shredded beef flautas is the experience itself. Preparing this dish invites you to slow down, to savor the process as much as the result. As the beef simmers and the house fills with the promise of a delicious meal, there's a sense of anticipation and comfort. Sharing flautas at the dinner table brings people together, encouraging conversation, laughter, and the simple pleasure of good food enjoyed in good company. If you're looking to customize your flautas, the possibilities are endless. Add sautéed onions and bell peppers to the beef for a fajita-style twist. Stir in a spoonful of chipotle peppers in adobo sauce for smoky heat, or mix in cooked black beans for added heartiness. Switch up the cheese, experiment with different salsas, or offer a variety of dips for everyone to enjoy. For those with dietary considerations, adaptations are simple. Use gluten-free corn tortillas for a gluten-free version. For a lighter option, opt for leaner cuts of beef or substitute with shredded chicken or pork. The slow cooker method is forgiving and adaptable, ensuring delicious results no matter how you tweak the recipe. In the end, slow cooker shredded beef flautas are more than just a meal. They're an experience, a celebration of flavor, texture, and togetherness. Whether you're feeding a crowd or simply treating yourself to a comforting dinner, this dish delivers on every level. The next time you're craving something warm, satisfying, and just a bit special, let your slow cooker do the work and enjoy the magic of homemade flautas. Gather your ingredients, embrace the process, and get ready for a meal that's sure to become a favorite in your kitchen.